Good morning, everybody. How you doing today? My name's Andrew.
My name's Daniel.
And we're some of the Veggie Boys, and we want to thank you for stopping by. If you're new here, consider subscribing. We can grow all different kinds of things here on the farm, but we can't grow this channel without your help. Welcome back, everyone. We've had a busy morning so far. Dad just got done taking some cows to the butcher, so he is back. He's cleaning off his trailer. Daniel and we set up the farm market, fed animals this morning. I had to go make a few deliveries, and I just got back. It's been a busy morning so far, hasn't it, Dad?
Yes, it has.
What do you think of your new cattle trailer?
It's dirty right now, but I'm gonna pressure wash it.
There you go, gotta keep things clean. There you go, get up in the trailer, get up in the...
Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go. Let's go.
I opened the door for you to escape, and you won't leave me alone. Let's go, come on. We got the calves all moved over, and it was much harder than you guys would even understand. I have to get the skid steer loader. There's something I have to do. I won't say who did it, but someone popped the tire on the back of Daniel's quad. It was Dad. Well, that was not near as eventful as I thought it was going to be. I don't think Daniel will be able to tell. We just got a pretty big order for some green bell peppers. I'm not sure exactly how many. I heard 15 boxes, but I'm not sure. That's a lot of peppers. I also heard some tomatoes. You guys ever have those days where you just get out to the field and you don't feel like picking tomatoes? Neither do I. Let's pick some tomatoes.
I'm excited about picking tomatoes. It is October 1st. It is time to pick tomatoes.
It is tomato time. I'm sure you guys agree. It's just a great feeling to be out harvesting. It's a great feeling to be able to pick tomatoes in October. All I know is, no matter what's happening in the day, as long as you're able to get out in the fields, it's a pretty good day to me. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, yeah. Nice looking plum tomatoes. All right. Now the tomatoes I'm picking today, guys, it's for an order. It's for this upcoming weekend. I want to pick these tomatoes a little on the lighter side because he's doing some canning. Look at them. Oh, that's nice. That helps out a lot when I can pick the tomatoes on the lighter side. Because of the frost and the rain that we've been having, it's caused a lot of our tomatoes to get damaged, whether it's splitting from the rain or the frost has hurt them itself. We have to be careful. We have to go around. We have to look for pockets of good tomatoes, not like this one. It makes harvesting a little more difficult here later in the year, but hey, you gotta get the tomatoes. People got orders. Ooh, yes, found a nice pocket. Oh, look at all the, you get a tomato, you get a tomato. Yes, beautiful. Oh, there we go.
Andrew, I heard somebody cited Lefty today. Did you?
Someone saw Lefty?
Yeah, but I don't know where he's at. Is he hiding so he don't have to pick tomatoes?
Did you guys see Lefty? I don't know, Dad. I don't know if he's just hiding so he doesn't have to pick tomatoes.
I know he's hiding so he don't have to pick tomatoes.
Interesting. Ooh, the crunch of the plant. There's still nice green ones here too. I can't believe that. The frost that we had, it actually didn't kill all the tomatoes off. So there's still some green growing in here. It's insane. All right, perfect example of a canning tomato. You see that spot right there? Now this isn't wet, that's dried out. So that is not gonna rot immediately, which is really good for canning tomatoes, because if you literally take this and slice right underneath to peel this off, it's just on the skin. So this, perfect example of a nice canning tomato. You know, sometimes I sit here and I think about all the tomatoes that I've picked this year, and I think about all the people that have eaten tomatoes from us, And I try and think, you know, like, how many people have we fed over the year? Or how many people have we fed over 10 years or 20 years? You could keep thinking about it. But that's what's so cool about being a vegetable farmer. You're not just helping a few people, you're helping all the people in your local area so they come and get to eat the tomatoes and the peppers that you raise. That's why we work so hard at it, right, Dad?
Yes.
Now, I don't want to give you guys the wrong impression that we have the best tomatoes in the whole wide world and we're so good at raising tomatoes, because we have to actually do a lot of selective picking at this time. And I'm going to turn the camera around to show you. You can see some green ones coming in here. These will be fine for us, but look at all these other tomatoes. Like you see this here, there is nothing we can do with these because they're just rotting underneath. I've had a lot of you guys ask, are you guys going to go through and take out all these bad tomatoes and do something with them? I'd like to share something with you. So we will go through at the end of the year, we'll let these tomatoes actually sit here. What we put into the tomatoes, what we put on our ground is nitrogen, phosphorus, potash, and a few other elements to help our tomatoes grow. So each one of these tomatoes is full of those elements. And the interesting thing is, all these tomatoes that die and they'll decompose in the ground, that is putting nitrogen, potash, phosphorus, and those other elements back into the soil. So what we will do is we'll just leave these here, and then when we come through next year to rotate our crops, all of this will be underneath. And we won't have to put near the amount of fertilizer back in, because all of these tomatoes that are here, they're going to be fertilizer for our next crops. So when I look out through this field and I see all these tomatoes that we weren't able to pick, yeah, it's hard for me to see that. But I also realize that that is fertilizer I don't have to use next year. And it's super helpful because, like I said, those elements that we put into the tomatoes, they're inside. Like, for example, oh, this tomato's gross. They're inside this tomato. And when we come through and plant something else here next year, this is all going to be fertilizer for it. And what I mentioned there may lead to more questions that you have, and post them in the comments. I always try and do my best to answer the questions. Sometimes I don't see them all. I'm starting to get a lot more comments. I like it. I do read them all, but it's hard for me to reply to them all, that is for sure. Oh, just look at these tomatoes. You guys know tomatoes are my favorites. Oh, I just love them. Salsa, yes. Oh my word. This is a rare sighting.
I'm back, baby. I know what you've been waiting for.
Apparently Joel's been lost in a cornfield this whole time. He kept making lefts every row he went through, and now he's back though. It's all better. We had to come back for lunch, but just look at these tomatoes we got on here, guys. They look awesome. We just got done with lunch, so Joel and Daniel are working on spreading some fertilizer. It's getting about the time where we plant wheat here. So Daniel has our fertilizer spreader hooked up. Well, we get this from the place we get fertilizer. They let us use it. So Daniel has the fertilizer spreader hooked up to the 130, and he's prepping the ground for planting wheat. And I would film that, but I'm not the one planting wheat. I'm not the one prepping. I'm picking vegetables. So I just wanted to show you what they were up to. Oh, that's nice. After I got done with that broccoli, I went back to the farm market, and then I picked up Dad. He's over picking peppers right now. But we got a few green bell from the old patch. We just walked through to make sure everything was picked off, and now we're gonna go over to the new patch after we pick some long hots. Dad and I finished picking the long hots. Now these are for an order. and they look pretty nice. We were having a problem though. As we were picking, a lot of the red ones, they're starting to get really, really soft. You don't want soft peppers, guys. We forgot that we had an order for 4 baskets of plum tomatoes. I was waiting for Dad. He takes a little longer to pick in his old age.
My back. Oh. Right. My back doesn't hurt. He just gives me the bad spots to pick. He takes the best for himself. When you're Andrew, that's what you do. The best is for him. He's the favorite.
What is that? One of our customers has an order for 15 bushel of green bell peppers. You know those giant cardboard boxes that we pick into? One of those, completely full, basically. So that's what Dad and I are working on now. We're gonna start picking bell peppers. We're gonna put them on the wagon, and then when we get them home, we're gonna box them up. You know what? I think it's a little unfair. Lefty was gone, he gets back home, and guess what? He gets to work in the tractor. And here we are out picking bell peppers.
Well, this is the right side of the field.
Ooh, that one was on there good. I don't know if I mentioned this, but we're only looking for green bell. That's what he has ordered, just green bell. People have been telling me, you know, Andrew, stop being so rough with the plants. And I agree with you. Sometimes I'm a little hard on the plants. So I just want to take this time to say, I'm sorry, bell peppers. But it's gonna look like I'm being, like, see that? Look at that. These plants, they're starting to get older, and because of the frost, it's brittled them up. It's made them fairly weak. So a lot of the plant is breaking off with the peppers. Because, believe me guys, I'm not trying to break my plants. It's just I try and pick fast, because the faster I pick, the more peppers I get. And maybe that's a flawed way to look at it, but it's the way I'm looking at it. Now, there were a lot of peppers on this plant before, but we've already came through and picked. And that's the problem with the frost. It kills our plants, so they don't continue growing. I shouldn't say necessarily it killed our plants, it just stunted the growth really hard. So now, Dad and I are loading up some baskets. We got 25 bell. I'm not 100% certain, but I think we got 25 baskets of green. They look really nice. They're all the way down through here. We're picking them up right now. So this is the part that drives me a little crazy. After you've been picking for a while, you're like, all right, let's get back to the farm market, get everything taken care of, you know, and keep moving on. But you have to drive so slow when you're pulling a wagon, because you have all your produce back there. And all it takes is one rock to knock everything over, and then you're in big trouble.
Give me a boost up there. Oh. Now I'm up.
Just checking on Dad, make sure everything's going okay. Seems like it's going fine, so we'll let him be. What's for dinner? They need to know.
I made chicken nuggets, mac and cheese, and green beans.
Oh my goodness, that sounds wonderful. What are you doing?
I'm picking stuff in the field.
Joel, do you notice what's right there?
I don't know how he's sitting there just so calm.
I'm a snake charmer. Oh, actually, I'm an April charmer.
All right, guys, that's where we're gonna end the video today. We want to thank everyone for watching, and we hope to see you next time. Bye-bye. Yes.